The foul trouble helped in the first half. And then, obviously because we pulled away at the end, I got to get him out. At the most, he probably would have played 3 more minutes, maybe. Just trying to balance as best we can with the information that's been given to us. But obviously he was very impactful. He's incredible. But yeah, no, not just him. Jonas, Jamal went a little above where I wanted to get him, but that's just how it's been lately. But for the most part, happy with the minutes for all those guys. I thought they played well enough for me to keep it at a good place. And then I thought the second unit, especially in the first half, did a great job of keeping the lead where it was at. In the second half, I had to come back with those guys a little bit earlier, which is okay because of the first half. So it just kind of worked itself out.
You said ideally if it was 24 for Joker and 24 for Jonas, that would be the best world. Are you thinking about them for the time being as kind of the same person splitting up like that?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the game will demand something different. It'll be how they're feeling, their communication with me, Dan Sheminsky and Steve, where they're at. I just have to be in constant communication with people. I keep saying this, but a 4-minute run, well, every 4 minutes is completely different than the last. There's physical 4 minutes, there's no fouls called, nothing called, and you're just getting up and down, constantly. So just have to read the game as best I can. And then, like I said, those guys have to be adults and communicate where they're at and be unselfish. If I put you in, I take you right back out to try to balance this whole thing out.
Is there a Jokic skill set that you found yourself thinking you missed the most as you were watching him this game?
The passing obviously is incredible. And I would say the rebounding. Not having Jonas and Nikola during that whole stretch was just it made it really tough. And the guys were giving great effort, but they have 16 combined tonight against a team that's crashing, a team with Zubats who averages 4 a game. That impact, and it's one of those things where it's just about possessing the ball, and that's why the defensive rebound is so important. You just give yourself so many more opportunities to score, and with our team, the way we shoot it, 16 to 28 from 3. And I thought Jamal, so underrated tonight. They were up in pick and rolls. He got off the ball. He was clean. He had 9 assists. If you want to look back at the tape, he was probably responsible for 20 of the next pass to a wide open 3. And obviously it's Nikola in the pocket. So all those things are things we didn't have. But yeah, it's special to have Yoke back in all the ways that he is the best basketball player in the world.
Coach, any indication on the status of Tim Hardaway when he went out?
I just talked to him. He tweaked his ankle. Obviously they'll look at it. Right now he's jacked up, so he was talking about Sunday and how excited he was to play. But we'll definitely take a look at him tomorrow, Sunday morning, make a good decision for him. As you guys know, what Tim has done this season has been incredible. So again, 22 points, a plus 10, just spread the floor, plays with aggression. We have to take care of Tim. He's so important to our team and our rotation.
That felt like a pretty awesome Spencer game. Just in terms of how much he was diving for this ball. What did you see?
Yeah, exactly. Created extra possessions for us. The 6 rebounds, guarded both of their all-star players, Hall of Fame players. Did a really nice job. Thought he got much more discipline after the first foul of keeping his hands off of them. Sometimes they make contact and they get the whistle. It's just the way it is. And that's how the NBA is. But no, Spence he's such a glue guy. And I talked about Hunter the other night and his impact. Spence plays 35 minutes, has 4 points. But that's not the point. It's what he does, for the other guys. So the way he screens and cuts and spaces, he's just a solid basketball player, a guy you'd love to play pickup with. So, yeah, Spence was great.
David, obviously a lot of people were very high on Peyton Watson's stretch when everybody was hurt. But it seemed like Peyton started to develop some really good chemistry with Jokic right before he got hurt when more minutes opened up for Peyton. That connection seemed to come right back together tonight. What did you see from those two in the developing connection?
Yeah, and I think it's for all the guys. Peyton's figured out in the split game how to be effective as a scorer and as a cutter for other people. And I thought he remained aggressive to attack the basket. Not to mention, I thought the 5 threes he took, I thought they were good shots. And he's got to keep shooting the ball when he's open. And he's found some confidence over this time period. And, that's the most important thing is just, tonight he has 21 and 4, 3 assists. played very well. And there might be a game coming up where we're even deeper, and he has 12, 2, and 2. And as long as he plays the way he's playing and we keep winning, that's the only thing that matters. And that's what these guys have to believe in. Let's just point this out. Jamal Murray has been incredible. He took 10 shots tonight. Who cares? He's got 20 and 9, and we win. And he's a plus 25. So that's what we have to be. We'll be something different every night, but we'll be really, really hard to play against.
What was the difference in energy once everybody knew Jokic was going, and was he any different personality-wise?
No, he was good. I kind of alluded to this pregame. Obviously, everybody's happy he's back, but I do think the preparation was exactly the same. Jonas is now not starting. Nikola is. Let's go through the Clipper plays. Let's go through our offense. Let's watch the tape. Zeke doesn't play tonight until the end, but Zeke will be ready to play when he's called upon. His attitude didn't change. And that's, again, like I'm saying, that's what we have to be. And, our offense, obviously, it allows us to go back to doing a lot more of what we used to do, not just playing a lot of pick and roll. And the impact of his passing in the split game, it just makes the court feel so big. So it's everybody was excited because they knew they're going to get the ball in a scoring area. Which I would feel good about that too. But it's just a cool team win.
You sound like almost a Kawhi, especially when he was trying to target the switch and things like that, and then showing different looks in that third quarter. How happy were you with the defensive efforts tonight?
I was happy with the whole night on both guys. I thought with James, it's so tough because if you're in drop coverage and your small can't get through the pick, he's walking into a three and you look stupid. But if you're up, he's slinging the ball all over the court. With Kawhi, it's easy to say send him left. Ever guarded him? Like, this guy is just absolutely ridiculous and gets to where he wants to get to whenever he wants to. So sometimes you have to bring a secondary body to get a secondary contest. And we had a ton of good examples of that. And our defense has trended really well as of late, outside of the defensive rebounding, which we, shored up with our two centers back. But that has to continue with whoever I play. We have to have great effort. And tonight was that. The game plan on top of the effort always leads to something positive. And it probably helps that we played them 7 times in the playoffs, once already this year, where our game plan is something the guys know well.
Peyton had that stretch in the first half where he hits those 2 floaters, contested layup, and most of it was out of 2-man with Jonas. Is that something you feel like you can lean on a little bit more, him as a primary with that bench unit?
Yeah, and I think the more those guys play with Jonas, they'll get a rhythm of how he rolls. That's the thing people don't get is that's a completely different style than Jokic. Jonas holds screens longer, but he seals. He's so big that you almost have to, you have to have a relationship with your dribble and his roll. Where Nikola is so gifted with his feet, he gets off screen so quick that the pocket is available like that. And so both guys are different, and they're both very impactful in different ways. And the more that Pate, Bruce, Jalen, all of our guys, and Jamal's had a lot of minutes with Jonas now, but just getting a feel for what he does well, how he impacts the game as a roller. Both our centers are really good tonight. But it just was a great team win on both sides of the ball.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
We've got Jamal ready for you guys right here.